2018 is titled Paz, Amor y Musica, the Alex Ruiz story. And if you go ahead and go on Facebook and type in Paz, Amor y Musica, the Alex Ruiz story, go ahead and like it because it's an excellent film. I know Israel Marquez's work, his the camera angles, every film that I've seen, you know, some of the images and some of the footage that he has shared on his social media outlets, I've really appreciated the quality of his work. Israel, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, well, I'm actually out of Dallas, Texas. And I've been shooting films, you know, for about 6 years now. You know, I've been a student of filmmaking for about 10 years. And so I didn't start shooting until actually, you know, 2010. So I made my first film. And been going ever since.
So I apologize. So, you know, why I think that you're out of Austin City, Texas is because every time I go to Austin, you're there. So I didn't know you were still in Dallas. I know that you had made plans to move to Austin, too. But you spent a lot of time there, huh?
I do, actually. You know, it's a very artistic city, you know, and I did make plans to move there, but that kind of fell through. Hopefully in the future I either make that move there to San Diego, one of the two.
Now, don't you have an event with regard to Paz, Amor y Musica, the Alex Ruiz story? Isn't it February 24th of this year?
Yes, actually, we're going to be, our very first premiere is going to be at the Festival de Cine Latino Americano. And it's going to be, it's a film festival based out of Denton, Texas. That's going to be our very first screening, and we're very honored to be a part of that. To celebrate, you know, Latino filmmakers and films, and that's, you know, that means a lot to me. And that, you know, we got accepted to that because, you know, it's not something that you buy into anything. You have to be accepted, and this being my first documentary, I mean, that's like a very big honor.
Congratulations. Now, what made you want to do this sort of documentary style film on Alex Ruiz? Can you explain that to my audience in detail? What inspired you? What grabbed your goat, so to speak?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I've been following the band Del Castillo for a long time, you know, and I think it was back in 2011 that when I actually saw them at the Lakewood Theater here in Dallas, Texas. And I'm like, man, these guys are awesome, you know. But, you know, I listened to him more and more, and then we got to know each other on the movie set. He started telling me his story, you know, and, you know, I don't want to give too much away because a lot of it's in the documentary. But he just has an amazing story about how he came from, you know, working in the ditches, you know, foreman to, you know, being around some of the biggest people in Hollywood. And I thought this would be a great story to tell everybody, you know, and to kind of just, you know, show regular audience members, you know, what it takes to make it, you know, to actually do something and just work hard at it. And that's what he is. He's a hard worker, and, you know, he's a very good guy. And, you know, it's just an idea that I had back in, I think it was 2014, to do a documentary on him. And we've been going ever since. It's been that long since I've been shooting this. And, you know, it's finally coming out. So, you know, I'm trying to say a lot of things, but not to give too much away, you know, from the documentary, because I explain everything in there. That's pretty much it, you know, just, he's such a good guy, you know. I think him and Del Castillo brothers and just the whole band and everything, you know, they deserve to be put out up front because they're just amazing, you know, good people, good music.
When did you?
That's kind of what inspired me just to go ahead and, you know, do this documentary. You know, I knew I was going to do it eventually. You know, I had the idea back a long time ago, but I knew at some point I was going to do this, and this being my first documentary, so I'm not used to shooting documentaries. And to be honest with you, I don't even know what I'm doing about documentaries, but just the love of the cinema and the love of the music and the love of the subject, you know, it flows freely, and that's what it's all about.
So 2014, then you finally completed it in 2017 and started submitting it to the festivals in 2017?
Yes, we started submitting it in December, actually. It was 2017. And right away it's been getting nominations, and so far we have a 100% acceptance rate to the film festivals.
Wow.
And we've already been accepted to over 14 of them. I just haven't posted them all because I'm waiting for confirmations, you know, stuff like that. And I actually got several requests for it, you know, so to big film festivals, you know, particularly one here in Dallas. I won't say yet, but I'll wait till I get the confirmation, and then I'll release it. But yes, so far I've been nominated for Best Documentary, and we're in line for some more, you know, just, again, you know, I'll have to wait till I get confirmation before I say anything. I don't want to jinx it.
That's pretty impressive that you have 100% acceptance on that film. Congratulations on that. I'm sure you've communicated that to Alex. What does he think about it?
Oh, he's ecstatic about it. And I communicated to all of them, all of the, you know, Art Del Castillo and Rick and everybody. So they're all a part of it. You know, they're all one big family.
Right. Right.
They're very, very excited about it. And also, you know, I've been submitting Del Castillo's music videos to film festival, and they're even getting accepted too. So that's, you know, that's very, very awesome, you know, just to see that.
I've been noticing on your social media that you've been sharing some of Del Castillo's tutorials on guitar. So I didn't even know he was doing that until I saw you sharing that. And for the audience, those who don't know Del Castillo, Alex Ruiz, the person that is the main character of Israel Marquez's new film, Paz, Amor y Musica, the Alex Ruiz story. The Del Castillo brothers play with Alex Ruiz and Robert Rodriguez in Robert Rodriguez's Chingon. What did you think about the mariachi trilogy?
I thought it was very good. You know, I'm waiting for another one. You know, I hear there's rumors that, you know, he might do another one, so we'll see. But, you know, they've been a big part of my life. You know, I think, you know, I shared that with Alex and Rick and Mark. You know, it's just one of those things. You know, in the documentary, Mark mentioned something about like a premonition, the way that movie, like Desperado movie, brought them together. You know, Alex and Del Castillo. In the same way, it kind of brought us together. You know, me and those guys. You know, so if you just think about it, you know, all this was kind of meant to be. You know. And I'm able to see that, and I'm able to capitalize on that because I see these signs, and I'm like, man, I've got to do this, or else the universe is going to hate me, you know.
Mm-hmm. What are before this movie, before Paz, Amor y Musica, the Alex Ruiz story, and since about 2014, what awards? I'd like to get it on the record. What awards have you won, and for what films?
Oh man, fortunately, every film that I made has won multiple awards, so I'm very, very fortunate or lucky, you know, about that. The last film that I made, it has not been released yet. It's called Kuruk the Bear, and actually Alex is in that film also, but I have not released it yet. I'll probably release it later on this year. And prior to that, a film called Rose and Unchained Love, you know, those all just been really great films that have gained me several awards, you know. But most important is, you know, it's a learning experience. And I'm set to shoot my very, very first full feature later on this year. So we're excited about that also. Because we've won, you know, best short film, best actor. I mean, you name it. We've gained many awards in different, you know, categories. And I believe we've got over 56 awards total so far.
Did you say 56?
4 films.
did you say 56 awards and 4 films?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's impressive.
I've only shot 5, and actually I shot 6, but only released 4 or 5, something like that.
Wow, it sounds like you're kind of knocking it out of the ballpark. I don't know about the award process or anything.
Yeah, you know, like I tell everybody, it's a strategy. You know, you got to make sure you're doing movies that everybody can relate to. Yeah, there's some that you can do for fun and stuff like that, but the most important is these film festivals look for stuff that the whole audience can relate to. You know, men, women, kids, families. You know, and that's very important. It's a strategy, and I think just being around and gaining the experience of going from film festival to film festival, you start gaining that experience. You start, you know, realizing what works and what doesn't. And I've been able to use that to my advantage, and so far it's worked.
Out of these 5 or 6 film projects that you've worked on, are you the one who created the movie script for all of them?
Yes, I write, I direct it, I shoot it, I edit it. Yeah, I have to do it all. And once again, you know, that goes from learning back in 2003, 2004, you know, from Robert Rodriguez's film school, you know. I watched it, and I listened to what he says, I listened to what the directors say, and just do what they do, you know. When all else fails, do what your heroes do. That's the way I see it.
Would you ever be interested in a movie script being given to you and you direct the featured?
I would. I've actually been offered several screenplays. But right now I'm trying to make myself better as a filmmaker. And I want to get to the point where I'll be able to do their screenplay, you know, justice, you know. Even though I win lots of awards and stuff, you know, I still don't feel that I'm quite there yet. So that's what these, you know, short films do. They get you confidence, they get you experience most of all. And each short film you do, you make it longer than the last one. And eventually you shoot a full feature short film. And it becomes easier. But yes, I'm open to it. I'll be open to it probably next year. I think I'll be ready to start working on other people's screenplays next year.
Let's say somebody gave you like an approximate 90 to 120 page movie script. How much would you charge them to direct it? A person that would hand you this script.
You know, it always depends. You know, if they have a budget behind it, if I really like the film, if it's just for fun, you know, there's a lot of ifs. You know, if they have a big budget and stuff like that, and, you know, I'm not a greedy person. I don't do this for money. Everybody knows that knows me knows I don't do it for money. If the money comes, then fine. I just do it for the love of the cinema, you know, just the recognition is the most important thing. But, you know, to answer your question, it's just, it all depends, you know, what their budget is. And, you know, if I really, really, really love the movie and I love the screenplay and everything, I'll just do it for free, you know, just to be attached to it, you know.
Wow.
I've helped out a lot of filmmakers, you know, behind the scenes. And I don't really look for, you know, credit or credentials or anything, but they come in and ask me, you know, hey, can you shoot this for me? And I'll ask them about the script, what's it about? And if I really like it, I'll just do it. You know, hey, I love the concept, I love the story. Hey, I'll be there, and you don't have to pay me. Just buy me some pizza or something. That's it.
So let me ask you this question: for, let's say, a 90 to 120 page movie script, could you get that done in, say, 3 or 4 weeks, or is that impossible?
A full feature screenplay? You know, again, it all depends on, you know, how many locations there are, how many characters there are. Mostly locations, because it's majority of logistics. You know, I found that I just trying to put films together myself, just if you can get the logistics, you know, on the spot and get all the locations locked down and get everybody moved from scene to scene, from location to location, you can do it in 4 weeks. You can do it in 3 weeks. You can do it in 6 weeks, you know. But again, it just depends on how many locations you have and how much talent you have, you know, as in how many actors you have and stuff like that. I've seen films go on for, you know, 6 months to a year. But me personally, just, you know, speaking off of my feature that's coming up, I got a 3-week schedule, 8 hours a day, you know, like a regular work day, and we should knock it out. And that's not even counting weekends. But again, that goes from, you know, shooting short films and practicing and learning logistics, you know, and you can do that. You know, this same feature film that I'm going to shoot, I tried to shoot years ago, and it was just a nightmare. And I actually just quit and said, hey, you know, I really need to sit back and learn some more before I take on a big project like this. So yeah, you know, the time frames are just, they vary.
My producer is going to take us on a quick 1-minute break. Can you stay on the line to tackle the rest of the interview, Israel?
I sure can.
All right. We're going to go on break. We'll be right back. Thank you for listening. Break.
¿Sabía usted que en el estado de Arizona le pueden quitar hasta el 30% de su cheque si no tiene la cobertura adecuada? Yo, Nazlu Preciado, tu agente de seguros, te voy a mostrar cómo obtener la mejor cobertura al mejor precio.
Okay, Israel, are you on the line?
Yes, I am.
All right. We are back. You're listening to the Tequila Onda show. I am your host, DeeDee Garcia Blase, and with me on the line is Israel Marquez, a filmmaker who's talking about his new film that is already winning nominations with regard to his film Paz, Amor y Musica, the Alex Ruiz story. Just a little bit on Alex Ruiz. What year did you begin filming? Did you say 2014, and then you just sort of gathered pieces of film footage up until 2017?
Yeah, it was around 2013, 2014, and you know, I just started following him around every performance he was at. You know, with Del Castillo and his other band, the Night Mothers. He's got a side project called Night Mothers, and you'll see it also in the documentary. Some of his band members were talking about him. But yeah, it's been that long, and it doesn't even seem like it, you know. And a lot of it had to do with, you know, just timing and trying to get everybody on schedule. You know, again, that goes back to your question, how long would it take to do a feature film? 'Cause this is actually a feature documentary. So there you go, it took 3 or 4 years to shoot this. As for a regular film, you can do it probably in 3 or 4 weeks, you know. Yeah,
I think it.
Around and, you know,
I think it went fast for you because you had such a great time.
What's that?
I think it went really fast for you because you had such a great time.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, watching these guys perform, you know, I never get tired of it. It never gets old. You know, sometimes he would tell me on short notice, "Hey, man, we're going to perform, you know, tomorrow." You know, and I'll say, "I'm there, man. Whatever." So I know when I filmed that video you got behind you, it was at South by Southwest, I think, in 2015, and he told me, like, you know, within hours of them, you know, fixing to perform, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm there. I'm on my way." You know, I dropped what I was doing and I headed out.
Now,
so it never gets old.
Since this was, you know, the story of Alex Ruiz, Paz, Amor y Musica, and because this was a feature documentary, was it a little bit easier because you didn't have to find characters or the actors to play those characters?
No, actually, I think it was harder.
Oh.
I really do. Yeah, because trying to get everybody in sync with schedules and times, you know. I just recently, just a few weeks ago, got the interviews with the Del Castillo brothers, Mark and Rick. You know, so if you see, I started back in 2014, 2013. I just now got them, you know, because of, you know, time scheduling and availability. So, yeah, so this has been my toughest project yet to date.
I see. How do you go about getting actors for your feature films, the full feature films? I mean, is that pretty hard or is that pretty easy? Are you the one who chooses the actors? Do you just take care of everything?
Yeah, I'm the one that chooses, and I used to do the normal thing, like hold auditions and stuff. I rarely do that now. I always go to film festivals, so I'm looking for my talent there, and I watch many films and, you know, see if I can find somebody that just kind of stands out. To me, that's the best way, because you're going to find somebody that's actually doing something, you know, and actually has the talent to get into film festivals and get, you know, best actress or best actor, you know, nominations or whatever. And even if they don't, they're just right there on screen. You can see them perform, and you can see if that person will fit your character. You know, and it's a lot easier than to hold auditions and have all these people come in and audition and go through headshots and reels and all this stuff. To me, it's a waste of time. And I always tell actors, if you really want to find good work from good filmmakers that are actually doing things, go to film festivals. That's the best way to do it. So I'll find all my talent mostly at film festivals, and once I find them, I usually use them over and over again, because I know that I know they can do the job. I know they're dependable. And to me, that's a big thing.
Where can a person find you, Israel, online, and what's your email and your phone number if you want to share it? If somebody does want to hire you as a director for their 90 to 120 page movie script, where can they get a hold of you? Because you said earlier that maybe you might be interested in taking some of those projects maybe next year. Yes.
They can find me online, you know, just on Facebook mostly. I'm mostly on Facebook. Or they can email me at Marquez_films@yahoo.com. And I rarely talk on the phone. This is a very, very rare case just for you, just by the way.
Thank you.
You know, I rarely even carry my phone. Everybody's always like, you know, hey, how do we get a hold of you? I say, well, you can't, you know.
Did you hear that, Osvaldo?
Message me up.
Israel said he hardly talks on the phone, and he's making the rare case for me. So that's pretty cool. I know. I feel special. Anyway,
yeah,
so
I don't like talking on the phone.
Osvaldo is laughing at me because I'm blushing over here. Oh my God, how embarrassing. Okay, tell us about Zen Productions. Is it did you form that in 2014, or is that a recent formation of a company? Zen Productions. That's your company, right?
Yes, that's me. To me, that word Zen means a lot. You know, it's not just a name. It means, you know, it's just a spirituality of filmmaking, something that I want to take my audience on, you know, just being that spiritual freeness. You know, it's just a word that describes what I'm trying to do with my films. How about that? I want to take you on that Zen journey. I want to show you something that you've never experienced before, and, you know, something that'll really grab you and that you can take home and remember. You know, because anybody can do horror movies and this and that, but I want to do something so different that people can say, oh, that was like a Zen-like, you know, feeling, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I came from.
Isn't there a song by Bush about Zen?
Oh, yeah. Back in the 90s. I was big in the 90s.
That was a really good song. I mean, Sing it for us, because I know you sing. He sings.
Oh, I can't sing. I'm terrible.
And you play guitar. Tell us why you play guitar.
Oh, man, I've been playing guitar since I was in the 6th grade. I taught myself long time ago, man. It seemed like forever. My mom brought a piano, and she wanted me to learn the piano, but I'm like, you can't be cool, playing the piano. That's what I thought, back then when I was a kid.
Don't you play?
I asked for a guitar, and she brought me one.
Do you use some of the chords that you create when you're playing guitar for your films?
Yes, actually, all of my films are based off music that I've either heard or I've written. A good story is I had this film that I had not released yet called Soul of Ember, and I was dating this girl, and I got off of work late, and I didn't call her, and she called me, and she's, just griping at me because I didn't call her right. But through that griping, I heard this music, so I picked up my guitar and started playing this music, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'll call you back. So I hung up on her. That was the last time I ever talked to her, by the way. But
that was the last time?
I started playing this music, and then I started getting an idea for a screenplay. So I started writing from the end to the beginning, so I write backwards. This is what I do. This is my technique that I use. I write backwards. And that song ended up being the theme song to that film. So music is very important to me. I see it in everything, and I hear it in everything. Whether you're arguing, whether you're fighting, whether you're whispering, sweet things or whatever, it's all music to me, and it's all inspiring. It's everywhere.
How many songs have you written since the 6th grade?
A few. I mostly compose, several songs for my films, but I have some few blues songs that I like to record one day, and some reggae songs also. Hopefully by the end of this year or next year, I can put a little band together and, maybe start doing that also. I even thought about doing a Jimi Hendrix tribute band because he's like my ultimate hero.
Who, Jimi Hendrix is?
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix.
Well, I'm going to have to bring my guitar the next time I go to Austin. In March, I think, is when the South by Southwest event takes place. And I did buy an official Jimi Hendrix replica, and I'm going to have to bring it so you could play that guitar, because yeah. You remember playing my black guitar, the acoustic one?
Play what?
Do you remember playing my other guitar? It was black. The last time I went to South by Southwest, almost 3 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I bought a new one that you're gonna have to play some Jimi Hendrix on.
Oh yeah, bring it. I'll break it in real good.
Okay, so we have 3 more minutes left. And is there anything that you want to say? Is there something in your soul, on your mind, in your heart that you want to communicate to the audience? And by the way, where can they look at your stuff? Online, where can they buy your film? I don't know if some of your films that you've worked on are on Amazon. Where can they pay and buy to look at your films that are already out there? And when do you expect for them to be able to see this really cool, kick-ass Alex Ruiz story?
The best way to go see my films is at film festivals. I get on my Facebook page, Zen Studios, or whichever page of film that I'm promoting, and I'm always promoting film festivals. And there's a reason why I don't really like the Amazon thing or the online thing right now, because it's making people lazy. And we need to go out and start supporting more filmmakers and more artists, like actually going to the events, going to a concert, going to a film festival and watching a film. A lot of people ask me, hey, can you send me a link to your film? Like, no, you want to see it, go to the film festival. It's like right down the street from you. So that's why I don't really push the online thing yet, because people need to go out and start seeing these independent artists. They'll see them in their element. Whether it's a musician or a painter you know, or a filmmaker, go to these festivals and, you know, spend some time. So I just get on my Facebook page, Zen Studios, and I'll be posting all the film festivals that we're accepted to, and this film here is going to be more national now because I want everybody to see it. So I'll be going to pretty much every state.
Are you going to come to Arizona or California?
Actually, yes. You know, we got some film festivals there that we're just waiting on. You know, like I said, we're waiting on confirmation. And
Well,
I'll be releasing those pretty soon.
Well, I want to know when you're going to come to Arizona, Tucson, or Phoenix or Scottsdale. We had some film festivals. Well, we had one in Glendale. Oh, wait, Mesa, Arizona. And but for people like me who really want to see the Alex Ruiz story, you know, we're unable to see that unless we go to Texas, and so that's not fair.
Yeah, after the film festival run, and we'll probably put it online, you know, but we want to get people out there, you know, to start supporting artists. And like I said, you know, it's made, the online thing's made a lot of people lazy. They want to see everything on their phone while they're using the bathroom or something. No, you need to go out there and support these artists, man. So after the film festival run, which it usually lasts a year, so probably by December, January, we'll post it somewhere. I have to talk to Alex to see if he wants to put it on Amazon or give it to his fans for free. I know where his heart is, and he's probably just going to want to, you know, put it out there for all his fans to see it for free. But that's up to him. We'll decide that.
Well, if you put it on Amazon, like the Amazon Prime members would be able to watch it for free. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I think you should get some money for that. Come on, I mean.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
I'll let him decide and see what he wants to do with it. You know.
Okay.
But, you know, a lot of times, a lot of film festivals that we go to, they don't allow films to be shown if they're already online or on YouTube or something like that. So that's another reason why I don't put them on there, online yet.
Okay.
We'll get disqualified.
Okay. Okay, I understand. Thank you so much, Israel, for appearing on my show, the Tequila Onda show, to discuss Paz, Amor y Musica, the new Alex Ruiz story that's already been nominated for some awards this year. And I'm looking forward to you coming over here towards New Mexico or Arizona or California at the film festivals. And I will definitely travel just to see that film. So thank you for being my guest on the Tequila Onda show.
Thanks for having me.
And I hope to see you in March.
Hey, no problem. And again, February 24th in Denton, Texas, the festival, the Cine, Latino, Americano. We're going to be there. Alex is going to be there. So come check us out.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Bye.